House will be voting on legislation to compel the delivery of defense weapons to Israel as they fight to protect themselves from radical terrorists and defend their very existence as a nation. But Joe Biden is threatening to veto that legislation, and Chuck Schumer is suggesting now that he refuses to bring it to the Senate floor.
And therein lies the impasse over more aid that is presumably on its way for Israel. My next guest wants to make sure it gets through, but he's having a devil of a time seeing to it. The Florida Congressman Greg Steube, kind enough to join us. Congressman, it looks like you're at an impasse here. The president is saying, I decide on what's included in those armaments, and he's already canceling out a lot of 2,000-pound bombs, doesn't like the way the hot invasion is going, and the rough invasion is going, I should say, and he's going to limit that. And obviously, Benjamin Netanyahu not happy, you're not happy, Republicans not happy, but it looks like he's going to get his way.
Yeah, and I think the Prime Minister Netanyahu needs to know that there's members like myself in the Republican House that support him and support what he's doing. We support Israel, and it's really a sad day in America that we've fallen so far that we have an administration and a Senate that's not willing to support our ally who was attacked in the worst attack since the Holocaust on the Jewish people by a terrorist organization. This is the 222nd day of American citizens that are still being held as hostages by Hamas, and this administration isn't going in and getting our people. These are American citizens being held by Hamas. So as a former military guy, it's very frustrating. When I served in Iraq, you had the assumption that our government and our military had your back, and if you got captured or you were going to be held hostage, that your government was going to come and get you. And 222 days have gone by, and we've got American citizens still being held by a terrorist organization in an administration that is undermining going after that terrorist organization. It's unheard of.
You know, I know you're a young man and you served this country, but I don't ever remember a time, Congressman, where things got this tense between ourselves and Israel, or at least so publicly, because other presidents have sort of tinkered around with armaments and the rest to Israel, but didn't do so publicly, or certainly indicated in real time. Having said that, Benjamin Netanyahu is already saying he'll conduct this war, thank you. He also rejected U.S. calls for a post-war plan in Gaza. So he's more or less, saying, I'm done with you, isn't he?
Good for him, and as he should. Again, I don't want him to think that there aren't people like myself in the Republican House that don't support what he's doing. 100% support what he's doing. He's got to eradicate Hamas from Gaza so that they can have some semblance of peace over there. And there's a lot of members that join in that. And it's very sad that we have an administration not supporting him and doing it. But good on him to do what's right for Israel, despite the fact that America is not going to stand with him.
Congressman, while I have you, the president is also planning some executive action at the border. I think it calls for every time it gets to more than 4,000 trying to cross in on a given day. I could be wrong about that, so feel free to correct me. He's going to implement a plan that it would be shut down. Again, he's always had this power and this authority. You've urged him to use it. Now he's using it. What do you think?
Yeah, despite the fact that we've called on him not to do all of the things that he's done, he's taken 64 executive actions on the southern border, which has created the crisis that we are currently experiencing. Numbers we've never seen in the history of our country. We just got April's numbers. 179,000 people have come in. Over 50,000 Chinese Communist Party individuals, over 50,000 Russians, people from all over the world. It's completely unsustainable. In a state like Florida, it's a cost to Floridians, and you're seeing it every day. I had a constituent in my district who was raped by an illegal immigrant in our country, and he's starting to see the political pressure of that because this is a 75 or 80% issue going into November, so he feels like he has to do something, but all he has to do is reverse the 64 executive actions that he already took, and we would be back on the Trump-era policies that prevented this invasion to begin with.
Well, it looks like at least one of those actions will be rescinded, but we'll see. We don't know what that exact plan is. Congressman, very good seeing you, my friend. Thank you very much.
Good to see you.